this all on his own.
CNN legal analyst Paul Callan joins me now. Michael Avenatti obviously pouncing on this, saying, hey, this is great for me. But is he right there in what his assessment is, that because Donald Trump says he didn't know, that now all of this is invalid because Michael Cohen knew, and he was part of that?
I think there may be problems with Mr. Avenatti's analysis, but if he's correct that Cohen knew nothing, had no authority given to him by the president to negotiate deals like this, there would be an ethical problem for him. He could be brought up on charges. Lawyers have to consult with their clients before they enter into deals. That's true. However, what I see happening here is the president is setting up the defense that Cohen was sort of his minister of disgruntled mistresses. In other words, he had his lawyer acting as an agent to go out and negotiate settlements with people who might cause problems for him. And he might have given him that general authority. Maybe he even said you could spend up to $130,000 to get rid of one of these problems legally. And Cohen is out doing this, and because we know what happened in two cases, McDougal and with respect to Stormy Daniels. Were there other cases? Maybe there were, maybe there weren't. I think it's something we'll find out in the litigation.
So that's something we'll be looking at. Meantime, Avenatti, we know, believes that this just made his own case, Stormy Daniels' case, stronger. Did it?
Not necessarily, because once again, if it turns out that Cohen had general authority to negotiate on behalf of the president, it's a legal contract. Secondly, lawyers talk about something called a third-party beneficiary theory, and that is you can enter into a contract with somebody else to help a third party. A grandmother maybe wants to buy a car for her granddaughter to reward her for good grades. She can go in, do the deal, and the car dealership has to still give the car to the granddaughter. That's a third-party beneficiary. So they're going to be saying that the president was a third-party beneficiary. Contract between and negotiated between Cohen and this ECLLC and Stormy Daniels.
We've also heard from Michael Avenatti that he plans to refile his motion to depose the president, and Michael Cohen wants to refile that on Monday. Does this change anything for him?
Well, I think it's going to change something for Avenatti because I think he may be sanctioned by the court for making a frivolous motion. Remember, the federal judge last week, when he issued his order throwing out Avenatti's request to move his case to the front of the docket and get an immediate trial and immediate depositions, ended the decision by saying the parties are notified that this is not the most important case on my docket. And the judge also said it was not ready for trial, and it certainly wasn't ready to be put to the head of the line. So I think Avenatti's going to have trouble with this judge if he files such an application.
Is he starting to lose steam?
Well, I think when you're kind of out there every single day playing the same tune, people kind of get tired of hearing about it and wondering why you're spending so much time on television and not so much time in court. So I think sometimes you can beat the drum a little too loudly, and sometimes people do that when they don't have a case.